Okay, welcome to a new episode of Nate's MMA Corner. I'm Nate, and if you watch my show, you're in my corner. Today's episode's a post-fight show for UFC Fight Night. Swanson versus Lobov, featherweight clash of the ages. Yeah, wow. This main card was off the hook amazing. It's one of those times where you watch a card like this on free TV on Fox Sports 1 and you go, wow, this is better than some of the pay-per-view main cards. And yeah, you had good guys and bad guys, you had finishes, you had hard-fought decisions, you had a good mix of things. So yeah, the main event, it's a post-fight rundown of the main card. And in the main event, it was Cub Swanson versus Artem Lobov. And Cub Swanson won easily round 2-5. And the first round, Artem Lobov. At least that's what I got out of it when I watched the fight. Yeah, Artem Lobov just started to kind of lose traction and lose rhythm, and Cub, he found his way in that second round. And it was pretty much a stand-up war. There were some takedowns, and I did say on my fantasy picks that there was going to be at least a couple takedowns, and there were. Yeah, this was a good, hard-fought fight. And yeah, it was a unanimous decision win for Cub Swanson. And I say you got to give him either Korean Zombie next or the winner of Frank Edgar versus Yair Rodriguez next. And then after that, maybe we could talk title shots. Yeah, I still feel like Cub Swanson should have called out Conor McGregor and begged him to come back down to 145 and face him. I mean, he just beat his best friend here. He could have capitalized off that. I think that would have been an ideal situation, because even if he doesn't get the Conor fight, which obviously we know Mayweather-Conor is in talks, that it would have put his name more in the limelight, and he would have got more traction on social media and all this other stuff, and more news channels would be talking about him. So at the very least, he'll be a bigger name for doing so. But nonetheless, yeah, he got a big win here over a tough, durable opponent. Big in the sense that he just racked up his fourth consecutive win after that 2-fight skid. So it keeps him in the rankings and keeps him smack dab in the middle of that rankings and staying at, I believe, number 4 last time I checked. So it was a good win for Cub in that regard. But then, yeah, in the co-main event in the lightweight division, we had Diego Sanchez versus Al Iaquinta. This was a great fight, 1 minute 38 seconds. It's first round knockout KO punches for Al. Yeah, it was just great footwork and great boxing from Al, and got him the victory pretty easily. Yeah, Al made it look good. He made it look easy, and I think Al deserves a top 15 guy for sure in his next fight in the lightweight division. Then originally a light heavyweight clash with Marcos Rogerio de Lima and OSP Ovince St. Preux. It turned into a catchweight bout because Marcos failed to make weight. And I think it didn't really make a difference here because I thought OSP was the clear-cut favorite to win this thing anyhow. I like Marcos, I was rooting for him, but I had to be honest and say OSP was going to win this. So yeah, he won second round submission Von Flue choke. I believe this OSP's second Von Flue choke, and so he is doing good with his submission skills, and I think it's just his experience in Strikeforce and his past experience in the UFC has really paid off, and I think he's taken that and run with it. And he's a match or two away from another title shot, I think. I mean, he did go the distance with John Jones, and yes, he did get dominated to a large extent for the most part, but OSP, I mean, when you look at the landscape of the light heavyweight division, I say maybe rematch with Shogun and maybe one other guy, or a top 5 guy like a Gustafsson or something, and then he gets a title shot. Yeah, maybe the winner of Gustafsson and Teixeira. But yeah, OSP Von Flue choke round 2. Then in the bantamweight division, we had John Dodson versus Eddie Wineland. Yeah, John Dodson did his thing, and he outlanded by a pretty wide margin in the stand-up against Eddie Wineland, and yeah, John Dodson got a good, clean win here. 29-28 and 2:30-27s. This was good showcase of the skill set of John Dodson, I thought, and I think Eddie Wineland, big fan of him, but I think he should think about retirement or kind of towards the end of his career at this point. What he should do from this point on. He should really think things through, revamp his training, go to a different training camp, or possibly retire. Eddie Wineland needs to really rack up some wins at this point in his career. And yeah, John Dodson, though, I think he's found his groove at bantamweight so far. Then in the lightweight division, we had Stevie Ray versus Joe Lobov. This one shocked me. This was, I believe, yeah, the only one I got wrong on my pre-fight predictions. So I went 5-1 on this main card. Yeah, I thought Joe Lobov was going to submit Stevie Ray. That did not happen. Joe Lobov looked great in round 1, but then round 2 and 3 was just all Stevie Ray. I mean, stand up and grappling and just wrestling and pacing and everything. Stevie Ray is a prospect. He won decision majority. It was 29-27 and then 28-27 and 28-28. I think that's fairly accurate. I mean, I would have probably scored it roughly around there because, well, I would have said 29-28 unanimous decision for Stevie Ray because I think Joe Lobov won that first round, and then Stevie Ray easily won round 2 and 3. This was a great fight, and I think Stevie Ray may have even got a 10-8 round in round 2 or 3, was it? But yeah, Stevie Ray looked like he knew how to mix things up real well. He was good on every position in those last couple rounds. But yeah, Stevie Ray is a prospect at lightweight, so keep an eye out for him. Then to kick off the main card in the welterweight division, we had Mike Platinum Perry versus Jake Ellenberger. This one I kind of figured it'd be a knockout because Jake Ellenberger has been knocked out plenty of times at this point. I'm a big Jake Ellenberger fan. I was rooting for him in this fight. But I had to be honest, and I had to go with Mike Perry on my picks. And I think I called it first round knockout on my pre-fight. But yeah, this one was second round KO elbow knockout in the second round, minute and 5 seconds. Yeah, Mike Perry, I think he definitely rebounded from his loss to Alan Joban, I believe it was. Yeah, then I would have to double check that. If I'm wrong, I'll put in the notes in this video. But anyhow, nonetheless, this was a great main card. So I hope for those of you that caught it, you enjoyed it, and for those of you who haven't, you find a replay on it. And of course, like anything, it'll end up on Fight Pass down the line. But yeah, wow. So that wraps up this post-fight show, and stay tuned in the coming week or so for my UFC 211 Miocic versus Dos Santos pre-fight. And yeah, so until then, I will see you.